Purpose of this video is to show you how to set up your performance unit and what to expect. This is the amplifier. Here's the base for the handhelds, the handheld units themselves. Here's the Sansa music player, the SanDisk player, the power cord, and the power converter box. So we'll start with this. You can see there's 3 prongs in here. That's where the female end of this power cord is going to just go. You can insert that in there, make sure that's snug, and plug this into power. As you can see, there's an indicator light, means your converter box has power, and on the right of the amp is where you're going to put your barrel connector for this converter. Here's the barrel connector, and you'll just put that right in there on the right. Let's make sure that's snug. On the front, when you do that, you're going to see the light on your amplifier came on. If I turn my power off and back on, yep, you can see you've got power there. So on the player now, on the left side, there's the charger. Just going to plug this into the power as well. This is the travel charger. There's an indicator light, means I've got power to the charger, and then my player turned on, so that means it's got power as well. If I depress this clip, this little spring here, I can move this into the player holder on top of the amplifier. So I'll just press that in and just slide that onto the amp. Just move these cords out of the way. And on the right side, let's see, there's a little power button on the top right here. If you ever need to turn your player on or off, that's where you'll turn your power on and off on the player. The right side here we have the RCA cords and the splitter. So these are the RCA audio cords, and on the left of the amp you can see the red and white RCA connections. That's where you're going to put this red and white RCA plug coming out of the player. Just slide those in there and make sure those are secure. This will put your audio source into the amplifier. Okay, those are good. That's nice and secure. There we go. Now, I'm going to go and just take my plugs from my handheld units now, my banana plugs. I'm going to put these into the banana jacks now on the back of the amp. These little red and black spots. You can just pick any side and put a pair into each side. Some of these might be a little bit loose or more snug than others. That's okay, so long as they're in there, you got a good connection. I'm just going to repeat this for the other handheld. And put those in there. There we go. Okay, just double check. Those are snug. Now you're going to have lights on your iQube that will flash. Sometimes they'll be steady, sometimes a little stronger on one side or the other. If you look here on the top of your handhelds now, you're going to see that there are some lights flashing. There, we'll just look on both sides. It's also going to be top and bottom. There's 6 LEDs on the top and the bottom. And so as long as you have lights flashing periodically, then you know your unit is getting good audio source. Don't worry if it just seems to come in and out, or if it's different at different times in the soundtrack. That's pretty normal. What you want to do is just make sure that you have lights over time. If there's something else and you don't, then you want to check your settings. So you want to just check your player, make sure that you're set at about 90%. This volume control here on the left. On the left side, there's a little plus and minus. So if you hold down that minus, that's going to reduce your audio volume. You can see on this indicator bar here. And if I hold down the plus, it'll bring it back up. So I want it to be at 90%. So if anything's wrong, you want to do these things first. You want to just check your player, make sure your volume's at 90%. Then check your amplifier volume, make sure that's about 3 o'clock on the clock. It's perfect. This center knob to the right, this left knob to the left. And then the silver button should be out. And on the left side, this power button should be on, of course. And so those are the things to check in case you're not seeing lights on your unit. But here we have good lights. So next we're going to just set up our speakers. I just grabbed them and put them in the shot. This is the subwoofer unit. Here are the speakers themselves. And then this gray cable from the speakers will go into the back of your subwoofer. It's this gray connector right into this 2-speaker spot. So I'm just going to put this right in there. Make sure that's snug. And then the bottom right of the subwoofer is the power cord. I'll put that into the power source, which is my power strip. And then there's one more connector. Let's see here. Just got to grab this. Here's the volume control wheel. And this is where you'll control your audio volume. There's a blue light on it, and if you don't see that blue light, check this on and off switch here on the side. Just a little on and off switch. And you'll adjust your volume on this wheel itself. And outside of the wheel is this other plug that's the green connector. This is the audio connector. And that's going to go into the other side of your splitter. There's one open end of your splitter out of the player. Female end. I'm going to move this just so you can see it. And I'm going to plug this green male connector into this spot. This will give the audio source from the player to my speaker system. Okay. There we go. Just get this connected. That's nice and snug. And my other connections are snug. They're good. Okay. And so now if I turn this wheel, you can hear the volume will come up, the audio volume. Once again, this is where you adjust your sound intensity. Always change it on this wheel. Don't change your IQube. Don't change your player, or don't change your amplifier settings. Just keep this at about 3 o'clock and keep your player at 90%. That way your feed into the iCubes will stay the same no matter what you do with your audio volume on the speakers. And that'll give you the best overall experience. So that's it. You're all set up. I hope this is informative, and if you have any questions, feel free to contact us. We're always happy to help. And we wish you success with your Performance IQube.